Jaguar Wright gave her thoughts on Terrence Howard's alleged run-in with the Diddler. She also spoke on Will Smith's weird ass. And she had a few things to say about Columbus Short and Chopper for making the band. Let's get into what she had to say, especially at the end. You don't want to miss this one. Let's get it.
Terrence Howard, Hustle and Flow, he just recently came out and told a story that, he was supposed to go work for Diddy. And he was summoned there multiple days to show him the ropes. And he ultimately felt that Diddy was trying to, in his own words, quote unquote, him.
And take his man card.
Yeah, yeah.
He cares very much about that card.
Yeah, what when you heard him tell this story, because now he just went online today to defend anyone who's questioning that story, to say it with the chest and say his name directly and come at him directly to question anything that he says. What are your thoughts when Terrence Howard tells the story of
he's telling the truth. So was Columbus Short last year on Boss Talk Radio. Looking real suspect down there, G.
1 a.m.
They damn near had the same story, didn't they? Or is everybody forgetting that a year ago, before Diddy got arrested, that Columbus Short told this exact same story? Except in his version, Diddy called him at 2:30 in the middle of the night while he was laying next to his wife, summoning him to come spend time with him. And then apparently on one instance, he had went and he was drinking, and he said he said that was the moment that he was grateful he was an alcoholic. Because he knew how high his liquor tolerance was, and there was no way he should have been slumped off of one drink. That's what he said.
Yeah.
The question is, why are you answering the phone for a grown man while you're laying next to your wife at 2:30 a.m. in the morning? Why are you answering?
Cat Williams said, you got to tell Diddy no. You got to tell him no.
You got to tell the devil no.
There you go.
5 letters, Diddy, devil, same thing.
So
same thing.
As we're delving into this world of, we did an interview with Chopper City from Making the Band, and he said he ran into Cassie right before that lawsuit
You mean
came.
making the victim?
Oh man, you said it.
I'm not laughing at the horror. I'm just laughing at like people still really don't want to accept the truth. It's amazing.
No, he said he ran into Cassie before the lawsuit, and she told him about, Kid Cudi's car, a lot of stuff, and he was there for a lot of it. He said, yeah, all that stuff was true. He said, from what he saw, all of that was true, even with even with his girl and everything. So the question I have is, do you feel we are ready to hear the full truth of all the victims that, have something to say that they may bring forward?
We should be. We should be ready. The only way we're not ready to hear the truth is if we don't want to accept it. And see, that's where it gets real. There's just a lot of people that don't want to accept the truth. There's a lot of people that feel bad because they miss wearing Sean John. There's a lot of people that was waiting for the next white party. There's a lot of people that needed that party because that was the only way they were going to make it. That's the thing that's bothering me. Why nobody's holding into account the very people that are helping create and weave all of these very unreal stories and tales to try to get people to be distracted from seeing the actual horror of the truth of what really went on. They're all doing this to protect their lives. It's not even about Diddy for most of them, but Diddy's how they got on, and Diddy's how they stayed on. And if Diddy's gone, then they got to go find somebody else. They got to find a new devil to suck up to. And if you're not already in good with the Jigga Man, then where do you go? Because that's pretty much how they set up the business. If you don't go to the Diddler, you go to the Jigga Man.
Yo, say what you want about Jaguar, but yo, she speaks some real facts. And as far as Diddler goes, I believe, I almost want to say 90%, 95% of the stories that I hear about him now, I definitely believe. You feel what I'm saying? If you believe it, leave it down in the comment section. Also, hit the like on this one right here. Hit that like, help us spread it out. You know what I'm saying? Hit the share and subscribe to the channel. Let's get back into it.
Strap.
Even in the case, do you feel like everything you're saying, but even also Gene Deal, do you feel like Gene Deal may be a key witness in this case?
I don't want to speak for or on Gene's behalf, because at the end of the day, he came forward long before me.
Yeah.
And he's been fighting this fight. And the truth is, anything that I say, they're going to find a way to twist it up, turn it into something else. Somebody gaslight somebody just to start another fight or an argument about something. What I can say about my friend Gene Deal is this. He knows what I know. He knows what to say and not to say, just like I do. Anything that Gene has to say is going to be important. Anything. But back to Terrence Howard. Because
yes.
we just skated right past
Yeah,
that.
we skated right past. Come on, hustle and flow. Man, come on, man.
He's telling the truth. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's saying that no, I totally understand. And you know, it's you just said something as far as things that, you know, people take things you say out of context, and the things that you say are important. It seems like, you know, you spoke on Will Smith on our platform.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time he was very quiet, but now he just recently dropped an album to where the intro song called Barbershop, he addresses, sounds like things that you brought or you were bringing to light, to where the rumors about him, the things about him and his wife, he's addressing them on this album. Do you feel like what you're saying reaches the ears of Will Smith and he needs to get at least, if there's smoke, there's fire, let me grab a fan?
Number one, as far as Will Smith is concerned, until he does right by all of those children that were harmed and corrupted while in his care, children that grew up to be men, boys like Bashir Gray, August Alsina, your own son. Like, your own son. Do people forget about that voice clip that I played from Brother Belial?
Hey.
Has anybody seen Belial?
Come on.
I asked him, didn't I ask for him last year?
Come on.
Where's Belial? Is he missing with Cuba? Have they all moved to Bali with Russell Simmons and Kevin Liles?
I would always say it is interesting when you speak on, you know, Jaden Smith and you see the hug with Justin. I mean, with
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
and then for Bashir, you see him all of a sudden fighting over Sydney Star with Eddie Winslow. You know, it does question what happens in the entertainment industry that makes that makes someone go into just being very close with, you know, men on men contact. It's interesting. I'll say the least.
You want to know the thing that bothers me most about Bashir Gray? I actually think he's doing all of this so they'll take him back in the club.
Mm.
And they're not. They're going to keep gaslighting you and playing with you, promising you one thing or another. Not now, not now. Just next year is going to be your time. You know, you need to get yourself out there. You need to.
Yo, wow. Crazy. First of all, I speak in fair use for critique and criticism and educational purposes. You know the whole spiel. But yo, check it out. Say whatever you want, like I said earlier about Jaguar Wright. She drops a lot of jewels. Some of her stories be a little bit far-fetched, but for the most part, who's really got at her? Besides, I think she might have caught a little heat behind Jay-Z. I don't know. But yo, leave it in the comment section. Let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on everybody that she mentioned in this video? Leave it in the comment section. I'm going to reply to everybody's comment and we're going to talk about this one. It's your boy Kaotic One. This is the KMHP TV YouTube channel, home of the reactions, short documentaries, music videos, and more. The good, the bad, the ugly of the music industry, film industry, everyday life, and the wildest stuff. You're going to see it and hear it right here. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit that little bell so you'll be notified when we drop these jewels like this one here. You feel what I'm saying? So until the next video, I'ma holla. Peace.